Welcome back, ladies and gents, to FACEIT TV. Here for the FACEIT League qualifiers. We do have map number 2 between GPlay and Epsilon. Dust 2, GMX 16-14 on map number 1. And things are definitely looking quite good for them. I'm not sure. Actually, let's run the odds. Let's run the odds. What do you guys think? Let's run the odds. Here we go. So there you go. No one is much expecting GPlay to win. At least
unless you have well, if I had 20 accounts, I might have bet on GPlay. But I only have 1 people, and I didn't bet at all, because it's a FACEIT match. So, there we go. So, GPlay are the underdog, relative unknown in the general interweb scene, but showing themselves to be a strong team, great tactics, and solid players. So, long may they continue.
Yeah, they got good basics, that's for sure.
We have the Knife round, Dan.
Knives. It's so English language. The English language is so stupid sometimes.
I was thinking actually. I was thinking, is the word silence an English word or a French word, right? Because in English it's silence, and in French it's silence, but it's like the same spelling.
No, well, it doesn't. The thing is that like,
is this an English word or a French word, Dan? You're of course a French.
They're Germanic.
Apart from when cheese is involved.
I was gonna say, are they Germanic language? I'm not actually sure anymore. This is really not my field. I don't know about this stuff actually.
Someone tweet us. Tweet me. I want to know, is it an English word or a French word or otherwise?
So I mean, if it's Germanic language, if French is a Germanic language, then it makes sense that a lot of the words are similar to German, similar to...
What is it in German?
Similar to English, being a Germanic language.
What is silence in German?
I don't know. Anyway, we're into the pistol. We have to return to this. I feel very uncomfortable talking about that because I know nothing about it. But either way, into the pistol. Here we go. GPlay already taking down 1 player. They're trying to go for this B play, and they're in on top of the site. They need to get the bomb down though, and the pressure is certainly mounting as we do have upper dark secured by GPlay, and they're ready to go in now. The smoke is down on either side, but GPlay is so ready for this. Coordinate on the entry, and there it is, pushing their way in. It's a 4-on-3, a 4-on-1. These players from GPlay just annihilating the French side Epsilon, falling like dominoes, and they only lost 1 man. That's actually a pretty big result. They
how do you retake a site and only lose 1 person?
That's crazy, isn't it? I mean, they had, what was it, like a 4-on-4 there, more or less? 4-on-5? Something like that. 4-on-5, I think. But still, impressive.
Jima doing big things for his team once again with 3 frags in that pistol round. He seems to be the B man with the plan who can.
Okay, so we've got this typical 3-man setup here on GPlay. They initially go to long as 3s to secure the positioning for the players on long, then fall back for the kind of 3-man vertical setup here on the A site. And you can see that it's very good at defending against cat pushes. The only weakness really is if they go for a cat drop into a B push, then the rotation from long is very, very far. That's the only real big weakness of this. And they go, they're going to be playing for this bomb plant. You can see that the grenades are going to go over. So this should give them the coverage they need to get the bomb down immediately. That is the goal here. Can they get the bomb planted? Uzzzii's going to be able to take down spyleadeR with some good P250 work. The bomb is getting planted. Oh, just gets it in time. But the result is good for Epsilon. Mission accomplished. Anything extra is now a bonus. As Uzzziii might get something, but no. And there's Biggie. So Bubble's actually on 5 health. So, okay, Biggie won't find him, but 2 men dead. A bomb plant, all for the investment of like a couple nades and a few P250s. I'll take that every time.
Absolutely. This means they can get that buy-in now, should they choose to.
Yeah.
And indeed they will.
Oh, the AWP from FX here. Are they gonna? This is gonna be fun.
Got no armor either.
This is gonna be awesome. Oh, he's got a decent enough spawn for long. This could be fun. Let's see. Here he goes.
He could get there before the nades come in, should they choose to go for those nades. Let's have a look.
Oh.
I see nades in their hands.
Okay.
It's lucky for him that it was a Molotov as opposed to a grenade, actually, because that would have done humongous damage. We've got a double stack in mid as well. We've got spyleadeR looking to rip somebody's face off. Let's see if Epsilon will expect this. But him ducking, just trying to pre-fire it, but they haven't got the right angle. Is going to force GPlay to retreat, though. Double nades coming in. Going to put Uzzziii on 35 HP, Scream on 56. No kills for either side just yet. And again, quite curious to see how FACEIT is going to play this round, considering he has no armor to speak of.
Yeah, it's just going to be about opening up some of these peaks. He would be very, very well served to actually get his team onto some angles on A here, but he's actually holding back for the time being and being a bit more watchful on other areas of the map. And on middle, at the moment, as GMX holds down long. Looks like they do want to go for this A play at the moment. You can see some players swinging back towards long. So it's all going to be on Viktor here. Viktor could shut the round out for Epsilon if he's able to get a good couple kills. He's standing on the barrel, which is not a very common way to defend this. This angle is going to be unusual. Viktor able to make just one kill there as they go in. Wasn't quite enough, but there is Bubble who's up on Graffiti, going to be on the site now. And let's see if he's going to be able to do some extra damage here. Bubble now, the next line of defense here for GPlay. Goes down immediately. Epsilon rolling on through. In comes NKL from the flank. He's able to take down FXio, who had the AWP. So that is a huge result there for GPlay. Looks like they are going to be able to do this here. It's just GMX left on 17 health. The bomb is ticking, though. But he is going to get taken down. So very costly round for both teams. But GPlay, they are going to come out on top, and actually, there is an AWP on long. I don't think he doesn't have time to get there, but maybe in Source when you can do the crazy bunny hops on the ramps, maybe he could get there then, but not in this game.
Okay, so another good start there for GPlay, getting the first 3 rounds of the game. This is game 2. This is game 2 of a best of 3 for ticket to the finals of the FACEIT 2015 League Qualifier versus Na'Vi, who may be making their long-awaited debut in the FACEIT League if they can best one of these 2 teams. Bubble going to take down FXio with an AWP of his own as we find the Epsilon team on an eco. See, nice team flashes coming in to look for and eliminate the Epsilon players. Greatly timed nade there onto Big E. CT's just cleaning all the parts of the map out one by one. Uzzziii lost 1 to remain. Does have the bomb, but I don't see him planting this anytime soon. He has against 5, and not a single one of them has been touched whatsoever. In fact,
I don't think a single one has actually been seen either. I think they've all like died behind smokes and from grenades from far away. Like it's just the silent assassins, just these kills at the moment. But oh, this is gonna ruin it. But either way, this is looking pretty nice.
2 mags. Can he make 1 frag? Angle's completely covered by spyleadeR there. And Uzzzii's got 8 bullets left. Gonna have to run back to T-spawn maybe.
It's just so scary you can't do anything.
Yeah, he wants them to come to him. Because
you might as well wait too for that.
Yeah, he wants a close quarters battle.
Oh,
but they're not going to engage him. He has 4 bullets now.
Yeah.
4 bullets in 14 seconds to have fun. But the party's over, the police are here, and Viktor's going to put a stop to those shenanigans. AWP on both sides now. Bubble continuing with his AWP from the previous round, and FXio, Foxio.
I want to see Bubble get boosted up on Cat. I want to see a Cat boost right now.
It's Foxio, isn't it? I think that's generally
agreed. I've heard both. People
were complaining last time.
People told me everything.
It's Foxio. Actually, it's not FXio. So can you please say Foxio? Thank you.
And then it returns. But anyway, looks like in fact Bubble did get the boost on Cat. So that's awesome. Bubble's in fact on the Cat angle. Look at this. Oh, Uzzziii, too good, too good.
Bubble playing the piano right now.
And now this does spell a lot of issues here. It's going to have to be a big result from NKL, but he gets nothing. 5 men still standing for Epsilon as they make their way through middle. 5 versus 2 now. This is looking worse and worse. Uzzziii is just demolishing them. 3 kills already in this round. Viktor going to just steal away the AWP that was dropped by Bubble. Can he keep it alive? That's now the objective. That's the mission. That's the mini-game here for Viktor. And
what I've noticed is when Epsilon win a round versus GPlay, they completely destroy them most of the time. Like they just have a really strong performance. Viktor looking for a second frag.
Nice.
Epsilon making it easy for him. They seem to want to take out this AWP at all costs. Just running all over the place with nades at the moment, and that's 3 frags for Viktor.
This is getting a little bit costly now, actually, considering that Epsilon have not won a round yet. This is going to be their first round win. That was really nice to get 3 frags there. It keeps the AWP alive as well.
And Viktor in world edit mode.
Yeah, this is really that's actually quite a big deal. So this is going to give them a nice situation here where they can challenge Epsilon again. Now this is really bad for Epsilon because if Epsilon lose this, things get really awkward.
It's eco time again.
Exactly. GPlay take significant control of the match. So where is Bubble at? Okay, he's going to flash for his teammates. He's going to play play the A site here from the slope and crossover. Very, very strong AWPing position. And the timing of Epsilon looks very, very standard at the moment. Like around the 125 second, they've all worked their way towards middle. Now they can start taking cat. This is the kind of timing that you normally expect, where they, okay, now they're on cat. And so the CTs should understand what's going on. But we do have a nice crossfire set up here with the pop flash ready from NKL should they go for that drop into mid. But Scream kind of pushing very aggressively into the A bomb site. It's a tag there from Bubble before he gets eliminated by Scream. Things looking dangerous now for GPlay as the A bomb site is under full contestation here from a couple players of Epsilon. Scream getting another pick. Somebody please stop Scream. He is on the bomb site now, very low, but the damage has been done. Dreamer and NKL now just going to hide away in B. They don't want anything to do with this. This is something that Freiburg does sometimes on NIP. He just like walks into the A site and just like, yeah, I'm just going to kill people by myself.
Okay, so where is the AWP now? I don't think they're going to be able to save it this time. Going to change their save position, but you can see more passive holding now this time from Epsilon. I think they want to keep their guns this time. He's just asking Scream for his HP, but Scream, I don't think it's going to tell him while this round is still live when he's got 10 HP. So, let's see if he tells him afterwards.
I think I was just trying to think of other players that like are really good at that kind of a maneuver, and I think the other player that comes to mind immediately is actually Shox as well. Sometimes like Shox will just walk up the stairs, clear out some angles, realize that there's nobody on some of the more dangerous ones, and then just keep going, and then keep going, and then he'll get like a one-on-one, win that, and then starts to like generate this momentum. So yeah, Shox is a badass as well for that kind of play. So very dangerous when you're playing against people like that. No AWP now on the CT side, so that's quite notable. That's right through the grenade there, Scream.
Scream just looking to wreck people with crazy aim, but Viktor going to survive with 7 HP. But he's alive, that's the main thing. Push coming in towards mid now, and NKL just had a nade out as they push the smoke. Going to get a frag though, things falling apart quickly here for Epsilon. Starting to push towards the B bomb site. You can see Dreamer just going out there to get an important frag. Up against 2 now. Doesn't get the second last frag. So 1-man advantage. Soon to be nullified there by Biggie. Now GPlay have a problem because Viktor only has 2 HP. See if they try to punish as the bomb is planted here. Bubble just holding an angle. Next frag I was going to say is going to be very, very important. It's going to be FACEIT to get it. Oh!
That's awesome.
Wow, that was some choreographed business right there.
It was
like something from an action movie. But FACEIT and Epsilon have ruined GPlay's fun, and they will be forced onto the eco here.
Absolutely, yeah. It's ooh, FACEIT, does he have a good timing here? It looks like he does off the spawn. So can he get the pick this time?
Can he get 2?
Oh, wow, that was tight. Very nice stuff from FXYO. Still 2 players there, though. And oh, he's close, and he gets taken down. That's a big deal now. And spyleadeR picks up the AWP. Bubble's actually next to him, so he might throw it over to Bubble. We've seen Bubble AWPing a lot now for GPlay, but he's going to keep it, actually. And he picked up the Molotov, too, so that's a lot of value in the hands of spyleadeR to save. He's just going to sit on long for the time being, as the rest of his teammates go for these exits. So far, nothing to be seen just yet. And then Dreamer. Oh, Dreamer might be able to get a nice engagement. spyleadeR coming into play as well from the longhouse. Pick up these exits as well. Missing the flick on screen. That was a very important one. And now it's up to Dreamer. Does take down Uzzziii, so that's going to be a gun for him. And yeah, he was actually going to escape with it as well. So,
what do you think of FXYO's hold on long on his own net situation? I'm guessing he thought he had a good enough spawn that no one had crossed to the right.
It's
because otherwise he's there with no support basically. So if someone comes close, that's what happens.
When you have a timing like that, you kind of do assume that no one else can already have crossed. But it's kind of weird. Sometimes it's one of the easier ones to misjudge. The Dust 2 long timings actually, because the CT's best CT timing can always get there just a little bit ahead of you. So yeah, it's a weird one to judge sometimes.
Yeah, something to think about though, definitely in a demo review. I'm almost 100% certain that he didn't expect someone to be on the right-hand side. But the fact that it can happen is something you have to think about. And if you are going to take those kind of angles, definitely want some support for your AWPer there. Something that they changed, we'll come back to it later, as NKL tries to go for the pop flash, but it's far too late as GMX is charging up towards the B bomb site now. It's completely clear. Viktor trying to help his teammate, going to get 2 frags. The bomb is down as well, that's massively important. That could change the entire round. Bomb gets put down towards CT spawn after all those frags. That is brutal. Something we often see, actually. That's the bomb lagging behind and just gets shot in the back with no one to save it.
That was a sick, just kind of retake of the situation, essentially, from GPlay. Now, they're looking at facing up against a buy, but they've given themselves a chance to retake control of the map again, so that's really crucial against Epsilon. Because Epsilon should have a pretty damn strong CT side as well, so yeah, you don't want to be lagging behind on these rounds. And we can see that the AWP has been so important for them, and now they can keep it going. They can keep buying that AWP. FXGO is currently looking for the shot down towards middle, and again, they have seen quite often that there's this 2-man setup on middle with these crossfires. So Epsilon know that there can be picks made there, and FXGO is looking for it. They haven't got it smoked off. He wants the open engagement.
Yeah, I'm quite curious as to how they're going to use Epsilon in these. Sorry, use for FXGO on these rounds where both teams have a full buy, and how long it's going to take them to try and open up the round. Again, looking for the opening on short. Then again, you also have got Scream, who's one of the sickest aimers in the game, and he is also extremely capable of opening this round up for the terrorist side. But when the CTs are not engaging you, as you see here, you can see that they're simply not peeking. If you can't pick them, you can't engage them. And this is the kind of push that will come instead. You can see there's a drop down into a slope there as GMX will wait for the forced rotation from long or just shoot his head off instead. Great push so far. Nobody dead for Epsilon. Hardly any damage taken apart from Biggie. And again, GPlay find themselves with only 2 players remaining. So let's have a quick look at the site there. You can see the smoke was in CT spawn. So somebody instantly jumped into CT slope here and pushed up here. So basically the idea is to force the CT player on long to rotate to try and help his teammates since they're pincered, and then they have a player long who pushes through double doors and shoots him in the back. That's generally the idea, but this time GMX just came out and shot him in the face instead. But works perfectly for Epsilon on that occasion, and they will find themselves tying 5-5 here with only GMX going down.
Yeah, I really liked how the flashes worked out there. The guy that dropped into the slope was flashed in by Scream, and he was basically just completely blind, but he obviously knew where he was going. But that all of a sudden, then the CT who's kind of on like the slope position, all of a sudden there's a T who's like right next to him with an AK, and that just like really hard to deal with that. So and the flashes confuse you, and so it's really nice set play there. Can Biggie get a kill here? It's looking for a quick opening there and does spot a player. Backs away almost immediately as he does spot the 2 people facing him at once, which is a smart move. And they're actually going to go aggressive. Biggie's looking for this, and he's going to actually find some action. The trade coming in from NKL, though, is very important. However, Epsilon now know that they've lost a man on their defense on B, so they're going to push the angle. They're going to push the weakness very quickly. In they go now. They've got the site under control. The smoke's going to go down. GMX once again coming in for the flanks. Bubble does catch the kill, but GMX with 2 frags. Certainly a very good trade for Epsilon. Viktor and Bubble left. And this is a very difficult situation for them. FXGO close there. Does put one into the chest of Bubble. And he goes for the repeat here. Looking to battle. Viktor takes him down as well. And that's another round there for Epsilon as GPlay lose any grip of the map that they once had. Such
nice play there by FXGO. I keep saying Epsilon instead of FXGO. He took the first shot, just like a pre-fire from behind the box. Nobody there. While the AK was still warming up, he had his knife out, went for a quick peek just to get an update onto the position of the CT so he could better pre-fire when he got his AWP back out again. So excellent information, quick peeking there by FXGO to eliminate that last CT. Very good play by him. GMX going to spot the advancing CTs. They're going to go together and try to apply pressure. Great spray down there from GMX, taking down 2 of them. Very patient play, and only Bubble remains. Barely left CT spawn. Just going to be holding an angle with a 5-7, so if somebody pushes him, with any luck, he'll get a shot with 1 kill. But Uzzziii going to head elsewhere. Bubble just going to be patient. Look for that frag. You can see all these terrorist sides in a line all the way down in the middle of the map there. And that final frag comes in. Epsilon looking really healthy as we go into the latter stages of this first half. You can see the money on GPlay is lacking, to say the least here. If they do not win this round, then they are going to be in a nasty place.
We've seen some decent setups coming in from them, but generally speaking, we're not seeing a good mix of aggressive play, and so now they're going to go for the aggression on Cat. So I really like this. I think this is the right call to make. They want to get an early advantage before Epsilon start to barrel down their defense, but once again, Epsilon are actually winning these duels on the CT aggression. And so, and now it's just looking worse and worse for them. As he's going for the push, trying to chase NKL down, he will survive and get himself on the slope there, looking towards an angle on the players, pushing Cat. Bubble now, close on Graffiti, gonna look for the frag behind the planter. Excellently done. Was he flashed or something? I don't know if that's a GoTV bug, but or what was going on. He couldn't see the planter, but in comes NKL looking for the trades. Is up on the bomb site now with 2 players left to deal with. Does get the one-on-one. Biggie goes down. Defuse comes in. And I have no idea what the hell happened there.
I think there must have been a smoke there that wasn't showing.
Oh, of course, yeah. All right, of course.
Although there's no smoke canister.
But
I mean,
that's the only explanation.
There must have been, though, because he got the first guy down, and then he was just kind of shooting in weird places.
It looked like he did a really smart play, didn't it? Like, oh, he doesn't see me. I'll kill the guy behind him. But maybe he just straight up didn't see him.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's have a look and see what Bubble's going to be doing here. It looks like he's going to flash his teammates in, take the defensive position there, and FXO is looking for the angle on short as well. So pretty basic, once again, basic timings from Epsilon. You can see that now the 3 players around the 120 marker in middle looking to push Cat. Again, standard timings, and GPlay are in very default setups as well. This appears to be what they like to expand into. This crossfire setup on mid, leaving 1 on B and 2 towards long, able to defend long and A.
Oh, the positioning from Bubble on top of the car, going to ruin FXO's clearing reticle there. Going to give him that significant advantage he needed to take him out. It's a great play there. And CT's currently with a 1-man advantage. GMX on 30 HP. Uzzziii getting naded down to 55 as well. This is going to be a hard round to finish here. Even more nades coming in. Uzzziii down to 30 HP now. And still with that 1-man advantage are the CTs. GMX has got control of long, so he's waiting for that timing to push long, and there is the timing. Only spyleadeR now to try and protect this A site, as he has a teammate, NKL, coming along from short as well. So this could get straight back into the CT's favour. Oh, you're going for the jumping frags there, and that's going to ruin things for the Epsilon side. 7-7 as we go into the last round.
Yeah, I mean, it's the jump shots like that with the rifle. Sometimes it looks a little bit ridiculous, but if they're close enough to you, there's so much of them showing on your screen. It's actually worth going for. Either way, 7-7 is indeed turning into a really nice result for both teams here. NKL running through, not even caring, just going straight up. Look at the aggression coming in. Bubble going to be taking down FXO as he tries to look down the scope to tackle these aggressive players from GPlay. However, in comes the B push as Dreamer's only able to get 1 kill, and it's a 3-on-2 in favor of Epsilon now, as the bomb is stuck at T-spawn, and Bubble picks up another kill. It's a 2-on-2 now with a minute in the quarter left in the round. This is actually madness here. And look at where Viktor is. He's just in the upper dark.
GMX has gone all the way into CT spawn, which is giving Scream safe passage up to the point where he has to cross short, which is an unknown. GMX is holding a passive position, of course, here as well.
Oh, GMX needs the PK so Scream can cross.
Oh, look at the positioning on short as well.
He's baiting out Scream. That's not cool, man. That's not cool at all. And GMX does get the kill, but the bomb has been spotted. It's a 1-on-1. GMX turns around. No! Viktor gets the kill.
Yeah,
well
smoke
done
as well.
Well done to GPlay. Oh, who had smoke? GMX did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he baited Scream, so he deserves to die there. That was a huge bait. Because you could see Scream was like, he was so afraid to cross, and GMX is just sitting in CT spawn. Oh, that's the biggest bait I've seen today.
I wonder if the French equivalent to LOL is like PTDR. And I wonder if he's just typing that in chat privately while Scream's just falling. His carcass is just on the floor and long.
Oh, it's so funny. You don't often see that. Like, I don't know if that was intentional or not. I can't imagine it was, but it just looked like a blatant bait. Like,
yeah.
We're in the pistol now, and we're gonna see if who's gonna be able to take the early edge here. Will it be GPlay or Epsilon? So far, it's a very slow setup from GPlay on the T side. They're just playing it cool at the moment, just seeing if there is going to be something weird from Epsilon first of all before they do something. And in fact, Epsilon are pushing a Longhouse with 2 players, so Epsilon are starting to be proactive. They're going to find out what's going on by taking stock of the situation with this movement, but one player going to prevent them from crossing the choke point, so they're going to back away. So not going to risk it, which is definitely a smart way to play. And FXio's guarding middle here. GPlay just waiting it out. They don't want to make a move until Epsilon show their hand.
This is quite reminiscent to how they played on Inferno, just so patient, just waiting. Almost as if they're waiting for the CTs to get tired.
Here it is. Biggie could have just made the mistake here if he's too exposed. Just barely gets back in time, but Bubble's going to go chase him down. Does he get the headshot in time to take him out? Looks like he won't, and Biggie escapes with his life, but FXio in the meantime does get dropped by Viktor. So now Biggie's got a big job to do. He's got to use that USP. He's got to find some heads and see if he can slow this rush down onto the A site. 2 frags coming quickly here for Epsilon. Make it a 3rd one. Scream going crazy there with a double. And we do have Biggie now on the bomb site. And NKL is still pretty loaded on health here. But it is the pistols, so just need that one shot to the head. And things get very awkward from then on. Turn out the knife. Can he get a knife? No! He got the knife onto NKL. That is embarrassing. And Biggie going to lock it down there for Epsilon. 1,500 in the bank.
So I think we're going to see an AWP for FXio. Oh, actually, they've just spent all the money, so never mind. He's gone for the scout. I was going to say in the next round, not this round, of course. But rather than try and save a bit of money, they want that buy. Look at the stack here from the T's. They're just waiting to see if any nades come in. And now they feel safe. They are going to push the site. Biggie is going to throw a nade, which isn't going to do a lot of damage. But a T-flash coming in isn't going to be enough, as he's going to go down straight away. Scream running out of bullets as well. So that's going to be 2 rifles for, well, I was going to say for GPlay, but there's only 1 person surviving. He does, however, have a rifle. The bomb is just at the top of the ramp. And CT's going to have to peek to keep an eye on what's going on, which is going to be really awkward because it may give Viktor a way to escape this situation. GMX and Uzzziii still with 100 HP each versus an unarmored opponent. No nades for anyone. And Viktor does indeed escape as the CTs start to split onto both sides.
This is really sick because he can essentially get 2 1-on-1s now. He just has to pick the right spot, and there it is, the first 1-on-1. Can he win this duel? Is he going to keep pressing for it? He's got 40 seconds, looking for the player, and that's it. Look, we're going to see that Uzzziii is just going to get a better position on the bomb site, which is a very smart move here. Might just get a peek from window. It's just a little bit of a peek there to keep tabs on where Viktor is. Viktor still will be able to get a 1-on-1, but now his position is known, and that allows GMX to take the best spot he can think of to deal with the cat push. Just on this slope behind the crate now. As Viktor comes up, he's got 10 seconds. He has it. And here it is. GMX peeks, gets another good chunk of damage, keeps delaying, keeps himself alive. Very smart. And Epsilon pick up the rounds. But they did lose 3 players in the process, so that was costly.
Indeed, we may see the FAMASs rise from the cobwebs cupboard. And indeed we will, as FXio is going to be rolling with that FAMAS for this round. Biggie yet to buy. FAMAS as well. So GPlay with the 4th buy here. Got 4 Galils and an AK. Let's see what their plan is. Got a late push down long from the Epsilon side. We're going to have Biggie and Scream just taking control of things as we have 4 Bulgarian beasts just walking up short onto the A bomb site here. So now the CT's going to have to play for the rotation. Scream is completely exposed to all of them. GMX quite heavily tagged as well. He's going to go down. Only 2 players remaining for Epsilon. Just a brazen push here from the CT side. And a bit of ghosty V lag there, but we're back. Biggie going to get 1 back for his team. Uzzziii follows up with a frag of his own. 3 versus 2 now. Bomb planted for short. And GPlay have a very good crossfire position here. Dreamer taking down Biggie. Uzzziii, only one remaining here for the French. Even if he gets the frag, surely the trade's going to come in.
Well done there by GPlay with the force up with the Galils. Going to be able to take the round, and that very fast cap push is always going to be dangerous if they make the entries like they do. And you can see that they got almost a free frag on the player that was on car. And then you're like, what, 4-on-1 with the guy on slope? He got naded down really low, so it's just a really well-played push, and it's as simple as that. Now GPlay retaking control of the match. They have a scout actually on bubble, but they're against a save, so the scout's actually going to be one-shot kill because there's no armor on Epsilon if he hits him in the torso, so it's kind of almost like an AWP in this round. And it's a good tag there onto Viktor, but they still have a long ways to go yet before things can get better on this round for them. And GPlay, you know, they've shown already a great propensity to be very, very patient. We know that they can be very patient, and this is the round where you have to be very patient. So we're going to see a slow one here, it would seem.
Indeed, you see consistent patience from the GPlay team. You have to wonder how much they get to punish impatient opposition, because their patience is
they're definitely more patient than Epsilon. That's for sure. I would say that absolutely.
Yes. Yeah, this is Navi's here patience.
Like they almost blew up Epsilon on the pistol just because Biggie was pushing Cat alone, looking for what was going on. Ooh, Biggie! Oh my God! 2 Deagle shots to the face. Bubble and NKL going down. That is pretty huge there. And Epsilon 2-on-2 with the health advantage. They don't have any armor though, but still, Biggie working on an excellent round here. Bomb is going to go down for GPlay on the B bomb site. However, smoke to the doors as we see them take their post plant positions. One on plateau looking over tunnel. And we got the one below the window here. They're both going to go through the windows. A little bit of spread. They're going to be looking to the back of plateau. And now Dreamer's chance to get them dead is here with this AK. And there it comes. Both frags for Dreamer as his teammate successfully was baiting. And we have another round for GPlay. And we're going to have a pause coming in now as there appears to be some lag issues arising once again. So
let's have a look at how these teams are doing while we wait for this to be resolved. So Viktor about to hit 20 kills now. Again, GPlay just 1 round ahead of Epsilon at this point. You can see the buy coming in for Epsilon as well. Scream about to buy a rifle of some description. And yeah, GMX top fragging for his team actually. He got a lot of important frags in some of the more recent rounds. So, I mean, where do you see this going right now?
It's really, really hard to say because Epsilon don't really have a good setup. Like this could actually start getting like really out of hand for them if GPlay keep up the pressure, keep the better economy, keep them off the AWPs. The thing is though is that I think FXO has much more impact with his AWP than Bubble does with his. FXO gets in there much more. He's more of a strong presence on some of these angles. So I feel like it's kind of like Inferno CT for Epsilon. Like these spots where FXO can't have an AWP is really affecting Epsilon's ability to play their best CT side. And I think it's the same case here. So being in this position now, GPlay could definitely run away with a few more rounds. It is interesting, but we'll have to see. We will have to see.
Okay, and we are back in the mix.
I wonder if they'll go for some aggression Epsilon here against GPlay. GPlay have the thing is that GPlay, like we said, are quite patient on a lot of these rounds. So aggressive play against that is not necessarily always the right choice, as they'll just be holding positions ready to try to deal with it.
That's a nice molly from Scream into the double doors. Not something you see every day. I'll definitely be stealing that one for FACEIT Bugs. So Scream's going to be playing just with the 5-7 here. The aim master. You can see Uzzziii getting that first frag from the boost position, but a very fast response indeed from the Bulgarian team. Uzzziii going to take a peek. Sorry, Biggie going to take a peek, in fact, into long doors, get a first frag as well, and do a reasonable amount of damage to NKL. Scream is in a position where he could eliminate one of these players, but no one's going to be home for that pop flash. And FXO, with only a few points of health, will go down to NKL. GMX versus 2 now. Both tagged, could entirely do this, but ooh, looks like he's opened his torrents. Or maybe something more sinister is happening, Dan.
I don't know what you're talking about, James.
I'm surprised we got this far.
We are actually doing quite well.
Indeed we are. But it looks like GMX is going to be... This reminds me of when I was in school, actually. Stand and face the wall.
I'll stand and face the wall. That happened to me once, and I when I was really, really young, and I passed out for some reason, and the teacher had a fit because she was afraid that she'd get sued.
Wow.
Cool
So
story.
all people
Cool
care
story,
about.
bro.
So people care
I know,
about
right?
these
Yeah.
days, right? Oh man, I might get sued. Never mind the kids unconscious on the floor. Oh man, I gotta call my lawyer.
It's like that story I told you with the pizza delivery, where like the drivers had like a car accident, and the guy's there, no, don't worry, your pizza's still warm. Like it's the same thing. It's just like so backwards sometimes. So it's funny, but hopefully we can get this sorted out really soon. This match, it's looking pretty good actually. Like GPlay are just starting to reassert themselves on this games, and now Epsilon like in an awkward spot, so Epsilon have to do something cool.
Yeah,
they got to do something cool because it's like we're into the 21st round, so it's almost over. This and this is kind of like the impact of, because you can have swings in a match, but it's having your good swing at the right point of the match, which is the end of the match, and that appears to be what GPlay is starting to do into the last 10 rounds. So I'm curious to see what will happen from this point forwards. The thing is, with some teams, like I think it was Hellraisers. Yeah, it was Hellraisers. We watched them on Dust 2, and they started doing all this aggressive stuff. Was it Hellraisers or was it Na'Vi? It was Na'Vi, actually, wasn't it?
Yes, it was,
Na'Vi. Yeah, Na'Vi. And it was like amazing. They were just all over the place with these aggressions, but they were really well planned, really like the team play. They'd obviously like rehearse this stuff. And throwing those in to some of the more low econ buys where they didn't have AWPs and stuff, where they didn't have as much like power from like the sit back and wait on angles to kind of play, was like the perfect thing to throw into the mix. It just like completely threw their opponents off guard. And I don't know if Epsilon have a lot of aggressive moves, because we've seen some teams are really good at like lower dark takes and all this kind of business. But that's always fun to watch. So I would hope that we would start to see something like that from Epsilon, but you never know. Some teams just aren't comfortable with that kind of play on CT.
Indeed. Well, as you can see, GMX having some issues there, so I think we will cut to a break while we wait for this issue to be resolved, and then hopefully we will be back with the conclusion of this map.
Wrong. It creeps on back to color glass, to color glass. Gather
Hey guys, welcome back to FACEIT TV. We're trying to resume the rest of GPlay versus Epsilon, and it's looking pretty bad for Epsilon. GPlay actually won Inferno, the first map in this best of 3, and they won it 16-14, and now they're looking like they might just be able to give themselves the game-winning edge here on Dust 2. They're looking good on the monies. Epsilon on a very, well, they're very much the opposite of that, and we're getting very late into the match. It's already 11-9 in favor of GPlay on Dust 2 here, so it's all to play for.
Indeed, and Epsilon should be on the eco here, so we're expecting 12-9. But again, that's not too far away for Epsilon to come back into it and
No.
get a W in normal time, so it's not over yet, guys. Not over yet.
It's but it could be.
So how are you feeling about GPlay so far?
I don't know. GPlay to me looked like a team with solid basics. Like, I haven't seen anything like dramatic or particularly incredible or elaborate.
Yeah,
it's just some good basics. Like, they just play a good basic game. That's all I've seen so far. They don't have an outstanding entry or an outstanding AWP player, or they don't put emphasis there. It's more just some basic good team play and so on. And we're seeing them make some good decisions here and there, and positionally and tactically. So it's just pretty solid, just consistent. And now they're just pushing it onto long, trying to take over this area, use the long ranges against these pistols. Meanwhile, we might have some action up on middle here. We do see that Bubble's ready for this. We might just catch them in the back here on Catwalk. Oh, barely just missing.
Can make the call for his team, though. Then they can retain hold of long and start to push other areas of the map, as that may be an inkling as to where a lot of the CTs are. But for now, they're just going to hold. Just going to hold formation around the long area. All going through those double doors now. And the patient play. Going to use those ranges with those AKs. There is one FAMAS for Epsilon. That's going to be on GMX, who is exposed on the short area. So once this push comes in, well, I was going to say he won't have much cover, but that smoke will work in his favour. Doesn't win the duel there. That could have been important. And with a player in the pit, this look round is going to be very hard for Epsilon to do some damage in. His position getting punished there. And a bit of smoke.
Gandalf position.
Going to hide Uzzziii for a second or two, but the spray will find him. So we find Epsilon on a buy round again, and this is going to be the important one for them.
Rush B, Rush B.
Yeah.
These B spawn.
For anyone who ever says to me, Rush B on pugs, I hate you. I hate rushing on pugs.
I don't. I just kill everyone. It's easy. You should try it at the same time.
Yeah, but it's like when you have a goal hanger in football, you just pass him the ball and he scores. It's like you haven't really played any football.
Well, 2 players on Cat is a bit of a mix-up here for Epsilon. And FX are going to be taking the standard position on the ledge here. Can shoot and drop off, or shoot and re-peek if his teammate's there to flash for him. But GPlay ready to burst into the B-bomb site now. They have 1 player coming up middle, although he is actually hanging around Cat players, and in they go with the entry. Scream going to deny spyleadeR, who was trying to slow the rotation. Not going to work out. That's actually going to give Epsilon a really strong opportunity to retake this B-bomb site. Bomb it hasn't gone down yet, and they already have a player pushed way up in upper dark, and it's FXio. The smoke goes away just in time for FXio to get the kill. Gets the second shot onto the plateau player Viktor. Now as Dreamer is alone, Scream will take him down as well, and Epsilon completely guts these players, these remaining Bulgarian players from GPlay, and that was an important one for them, as they just managed to eco themselves towards the buy, and this makes all the difference now. Right, so they're going for double AWPs on the CT side now. We've got FXio. Let's see who's going to roll with the other one. It's going to be GMX, in fact, Mr. Top Fragger for the French side. Going to be picking up the big green gun now. So quite curious to see how Epsilon are going to play this one out. That was an important round for them. As we said, it was, if they lost that buy round, then GPlay would have been far too close to 16 for comfort again. They are a game down here, Epsilon, so if they lose this one, they are out. Same setup as the previous round with the 2 players on Cat. FXio has support there, and they're going to go up Cat and try to challenge FXio, and he does get the first kill. Looks like another kill happening onto FXio there, just the trades coming in as they lose Catwalk. Uzzziii has to pick up the pieces here to try to stop this player from pushing on A, as Uzzziii is going to get the kill, the headshot being found with that M4. And GPlay deciding to actually slow things down. They could very well have barreled their way onto the A bomb side, but no, they're slowing it down, find a pick onto B in the madness, and this is going to force a 2-on-3 situation where Epsilon are sprinting across TT spawn to get in there. Uzzziii, he wants to go in straight away, finds the first quick kill on Dreamer, gets the second on the guy fresh off the plant, and now it's on Bubble. It's a good plant for him though, got to get the first kill, does get it, can he get around the corner? Barely in time, and now it's the cat and mouse game. Can Bubble pick up the kill here? Orb comes out very fast. Good shot there from Bubble, and that's going to be the round there for GPlay. Very close one. Gotta give some credit there to Uzzziii, almost making that a possibility for them to win that.
Look how tight the money is now on the Epsilon side. It is so awkward for them right now. They're going to have to eco, and you have to expect they're going to lose this round. GMX versus Deagle, but not much else going on for the CTs. And if they do lose this round, then GPlay 2 rounds away from eliminating Epsilon in this match. Epsilon having a bit of disruption here, but let's have a look.
Yeah, I mean, like this is for the FACEIT League. Like, this is really a really big deal, and the winner of this is going to play against Na'Vi. So GPlay might just put themselves in that position. They're looking good right now for it.
If you're wondering why all these players are facing the wall, it's because they're waiting for flashes to come in so they can help their teammates, should that be the case. So might look kind of weird, but that is why.
Also, it does make it much easier to figure out where sounds are coming from. And Biggie going to pick up a kill into NKL there, which is quite nice. He would have seen the bomb too, so that's going to give them a little bit of info, but there's still so much that GPlay can do with the current map control that they have, that seeing the bomb is not a huge deal at the moment. But we do have the long take coming into play now, and the boost over the smoke to try to catch someone moving up cat, not going to be happening just yet, as it is all on the long push. We do have Viktor is lurking around tunnels still, but it is this push up long which is the immediate danger here for Epsilon. Biggie going to be catching a kill. In comes Scream from Carl, picks up one frag. There's another one from Uzzziii, and there is so many players left for Epsilon. They've got 4 left standing right now, picking up the rifles. Viktor comes in. Can he clean up? There's still 3 players.
10 seconds left.
Oh my god, there's absolutely no time. Completely missed that, but yeah, FX are going to pick up an AWP. Uzzziii and Scream going to help themselves to some AKs. This is where games turn, when big values swing like this.
The 2 huge trades, and now look at the money on the GPlay side. This is getting tight, pretty damn tight for both these teams as we head towards the final rounds of this map. Again, GPlay still with a 2-round advantage, so they can go for the eco here and still be in control of the match, relatively speaking. But FXio, the man with a plan who can, has got the AWP, is in an aggressive position, and this is what we want to see from FXio. But let's have a look at spyleadeR. He's in the right position to eliminate him, and again, FXio has been beaten to the punch by someone just on the wrong angle to what he's expecting. Now the push is coming in. Stream going to fall down against 3 terrorist players. Picky, though, has got a very strong position if he gets a first frag, and indeed he will, to allow his teammates to go for the retake here. We've got Uzzziii up close and personal on the A slope, and he's going to clean up the rest of them. The bomb is planted for sure. We'll find that out shortly, but it's so important that A, Biggie had control of long there, and B, that he had an AWP just handily in position as well. It allows him to get that important frag and save it for FXio in the coming round. Now Epsilon have a real chance on their hands.
So a really nice kill there he got as well, like the flick shot with the AWP on the jumping player, and under a lot of pressure, if he misses that shot, like his position's given away, and they don't expose themselves anymore to long.
That could be the round over if he misses that shot.
Yeah, that shot's actually a lot bigger than it might look.
It's a money shot.
Yeah, it's really crucial, but you can see just some nades going there for the CTs to get themselves in position all along as FXio goes aggressive, picks up 2 kills from lower dark, going all in, throwing all those chips towards the center of the table as they go 1 player up now as Biggie pushes long. Does get taken down by NKL though, so GPlay now evening up the round, and it is quite a lot of time left on the clock at the moment.
GPlay get a lot of kills by just holding angles and waiting for the CTs to overextend, and it's good play that it's quite common that in that situation you see CTs push when they get 2 fast frags in mid just to keep up their pressure and try and get a pincer movement going on, but good patience there from GPlay to just wait with a cool head and then punish for them going for the frags. Now it's GMX's turn to go for the frags. Isn't going to connect to that shot now. If he re-peaks, he could be in trouble. Has 2 Ts waiting for him. Still being there patiently.
The bomber is kind of leading the angle here, and there is 30 seconds still left, so they could still threaten double back, but no, they're just going to go for the full commitment straight in there. Bubble pops Scream's head off as they are pushing onto the bomb site. The bomb is going to get planted there for sure as Epsilon try to go for the retake here, and they're both going to be on the short angles. This is kind of huge right now. That's a great incendiary there into the corner. Enki in a lot of trouble, using the pistol on the right player. Ooh, barely gets out of the flames in time, but Bubble will pick up the slack there. Does get the frag and the round. GPlay 14-12. Epsilon still with enough money to buy. With some drops here and there, and still enough for an AWP on FXio, but this is getting really iffy now. And still GPlay, they don't have much money either. Look at that, Bubble is going to have an AWP, but they're all buying within their limits again. If Epsilon can win this one, they might just put it 14-14.
What great play there on short in the flames, but didn't want to give them the 1v1, so he just waited for the double peek with his teammate. Good quick thinking there, and something to learn from that small point from those GPlay players. So early days in round 27 here. Again, GPlay advancing. Trying to march towards that number 16. Epsilon 2 rounds behind them. And GPlay going to do that jump. This could be a rotation into the B site. We're not sure. Biggie is going to use most of that smoke, but Viktor going to get that frag himself through that smoke.
I'm going to go through into CT. That was an excellent smoke there, but it's going to be Uzzziii. He's going to get caught in the back, but does manage to get the 180 kill onto spyleadeR as Bubble is trying to get an angle here. The bomb is stuck well and truly in front of those double doors here, under control of the CTs. 40 seconds left on the clock as GPlay have to go for the retake of this bomb. First kill coming onto Uzzziii as Benrlitom makes his way down here. So 3-on-3 now. He gets onto the next angle. They're getting caught between many angles and players here as GPlay look to be taking an advantage again. 3-on-2 now as things look worse and worse for Epsilon, but actually finally FXio coming in. 2 frags, USP following up with the AWP, and the finish from Scream is a great way to bring things back here for Epsilon, and now there is no buy for GPlay. They are forced to eco here to have a solid shot at taking this map and the match. Epsilon giving themselves one more chance.
Epsilon not out of this yet. FXio still rocking that AWP, and that was so crucial. He's seen the player jump into suicide. Can he get the frag before the smoke comes? Might have to be a timing pick. Manages to escape just in time as they play crisscross. Some Torval and Dean business going on in mid-area. But that nade is at least going to do some damage to 3 of those players. So Dream it down to 75. Viktor almost at half HP before really even seeing the enemy. FXio going to smoke them off as well and get into the skedoodle position. Missing the first shot. There's a frag for FXio. 3 players left for the T side. Can they even get the bomb plant down? Can't see anything. Only spyleadeR left now versus the entire Epsilon team. Gets 1 frag. But that's it. Epsilon in a strong position now. 14-14. Still no money on the GPlay side after that round.
Yeah, they just went for it with the force up there. And now they have to eco here. So it's definitely a very rough situation as they're going to play for that overtime. Essentially, and FX are going to get boosted up on Cat there, but it looks like they're going to go all into long. And interestingly, Epsilon have been playing quite a lot of pressure and presence from Cat, actually. 2 players very often there. And Biggie is going to be looking from crossover towards long. He's going to spot more than a couple players here. Scream already putting his M4 to work on a couple of heads there. Finds the 3rd quick kill before going down. But it's not really going to matter all that much now, as GPlay just ecoing. And they're playing for that overtime situation. Again, to remind you, Epsilon is fighting to keep themselves alive here. They lost the first map, 16-14 in favor of GPlay. Epsilon, they were 7th in the last FACEIT League, I do believe. And they are facing a very harsh reality that they might not see another FACEIT League for in the next few months.
Double AWPs coming out for Epsilon now. We've got the short push as well. The short push is real from FXio. This guy has been so important recently for the Epsilon side. Aggressive positioning as well from the CTs towards the B site. FXio going for a short frag into lower tunnel. But flashes coming in from the opposing force. Had an idea that there are people up there. CT's forced to retreat now. Things are going to slow down for both sides as GPlay starts to take presence in mid. Nobody at long, but Epsilon going to just make sure the map control is indeed theirs. We do have the GPlay players creeping towards the B bomb site now, but approach it from CT and from tunnels. Need a fast rotation here from the Epsilon players.
Able to take down a quick 2 frags there onto the entry, and it is going to be problems here for Epsilon in this round now as GPlay looking to get the tie game. It's a 2-on-2 now as Biggie does pull out the frag over from CT spawn. Bomb going to go down though. It's going to start that clock here in favor of the T's as the time is against FXio and Biggie, but the kill comes in with the wall bang. spyleadeR with the push, going to even things up here. FXio again playing against the clock, looking for a quick frag, going to push the double doors. Ooh, 6 health, 6 health on spyleadeR, but that is the overtime. That's the difference between a victory and the overtime here. Epsilon now have to keep fighting. The battle is not over.
So close, 6 hit points away from taking it to map 3, but it is going to be MR5, 16k people, 15-15 here. Epsilon fighting to stay in the FACEIT League right now. And this isn't even the final stage.
Alright, so we're in for a long one here, potentially. FXio looking for the aggressive play. Guardian is amazing at this particular one. We saw this yesterday, but he's going to get dropped there by NKL. And we're going to see the trade come in from Biggie. So we have a GPlay here now. Down a man, but so are Epsilon. They do have cat control, which is very vital. Biggie does get the kill on Bubble, which is going to definitely limit the aggressive options, as Epsilon are currently pushing up a dark here, so they have eliminated that it's not going to be a B play, or at least very unlikely considering the players that they've spotted at this point. And they're going to start attacking. They're so fast on the flank now towards cat. This is very dangerous for GPlay. Uzzziii going to be coming in from the back there, and as the front push does come in onto the A bomb site, they can get sandwiched very shortly here. Dreamer trying to open up the site, trying to stay ahead of the CTs, but he cannot do it. Epsilon do take the round, and it is going to be 16-15 in the first overtime here.
Okay, so we're just waiting for one of the players to reconnect to the server. In the meantime, let's have a look at who is doing what right now. You can see Viktor and Biggie heading to 30 bombs, although Uzzziii is the one leading the way now. GMX was topping the leaderboard for Epsilon, but Uzzziii has just charged to the top of the board there. I mean, how do you feel this is going? I can't believe how close Epsilon were to that final round there. Just 6 hit points away. That's got to be stomach wrenching. They probably have no idea how much health he had, but they have to know that he was low.
No, I mean, one thing that's interesting just about the frags is that in a lot of the recent matches I've seen, also in the last map, FXio is usually far and away leading the scoreboard for Epsilon. Like he's usually carrying like crazy, and this match is pretty even across the board. So I don't really know how to interpret that, if it's worth interpreting at all. But I find it quite an interesting difference. Either way, Epsilon, they get to have the full money, so none of this business where they're starting off with terrible money like they have been on the CT side, so they get the double ups going, they can feel a lot more confident. GPlay definitely going to be feeling confident as well. Ingo, the crazy amount of flashes. We can see that Epsilon wanted to push 3 men down there for the initial take of the long, but their spawns weren't quite good enough, have to back away and boost onto the site.
Scream's just YOLO pushing, just running straight back up the ramp. And he's going to be left with 19 HP, lucky to survive there, because that took a hell of a long time. Yep. I think it would have been better with a boost from a teammate there. That
was really smart, though, by Viktor, because they threw all the flashes on long. That forced the push on B through tunnels, because they were expecting an A play to come. So the players had to close the distance. So Viktor played into that. But he only got a trade, though, but that should favor GPlay here.
See, they are all back in the long area. That flash is going to get them potentially detected by the CT side here. FXio getting the first frag. Such aggressive play from him, but not going to lead to anything on that occasion. Biggie going to make things 2 versus 2 here. Uzzziii, not sure if his position has been detected. Important to note that spyleadeR has gone back to the long side of the site. So there is going to be a crossfire setup, and indeed he will get that second frag. So 16-16. First team to hit 21 rounds will be victorious in this game. Otherwise, we may see a second overtime if it hits 20-20. Bubble with the AWP for the T side. Again, we're seeing double ops for GMX and FXio. GMX going towards the B side. FXO trying to get a frag in mid, going to get smoked off and shot through the door there by the bubble. So that's an early advantage, Bulgaria. CT's just going for map control. CT's rotating out of the B bomb site, so the mere fact somebody should be there will be enough for the time being, and they will try to concentrate their efforts over towards the A site. We can see Dreamer rotating away from B back towards A. We've got trade frags coming in mid area right now, and still GMX and Scream holding strong, while only Biggie holds the A site.
And this is once again the key position here. You can see that the bulk of the push is going to come through long. Biggie with a very good position. They're going to face him. Immediately gets 2 frags, 3 frags from Biggie. That's massive there as the bomb goes down. spyleadeR is alone in a 1-on-3 now with 50 seconds left. But Biggie should have done easily enough damage there to secure this one. However, GMX will fall, and spyleadeR is actually untouched really at this point in time. He's got a smoke to work with as well. Biggie might just be able to pull in another kill here. Oh no, spyleadeR going to come in around the corner, but Scream the only man to survive there, so that was a very close round. Yeah, indeed.
He was going for the spray down there on a second person. At least Scream saved the AWP for his team. Bit of discussions maybe on whether or not to get a second one, and indeed they do. GMX down to $100. I think it was Scream though, had $6,000 in the bank, so could have potentially spread the money around a bit better in that second last round. GMX trying to get the pick there, but this may give them the impression that FXO is going to be somewhere else. Not sure if that jump peak would have seen him.
He saw 3 cross, I think, and he tagged Uzzziii. So, oh my god, Uzzziii! Rambo! Please! spyleadeR going to be able to take him down, but does he think he's Smiths right now? I don't understand.
That may have put Epsilon at a disadvantage ultimately as well, as there's an extra man for GPlay right now, but FXO has other ideas. Seen the bomb as well, going to put himself in a more aggressive position. Doesn't get the flick. See, it's going to be Scream left to protect this bomb now. Only Bubble remains. 1 minute on the clock though. If he gets this pick on Scream before his teammate can come in for help, then this could change everything. Scream tries to get out of there in time to avoid that bomb. But Bubble going to clutch it for his team. 17-17 as we go into the last round of the first half.
Yeah, round for round with these guys. It's hard to separate Epsilon and GPlay at the moment. And Bubble last time, he got a kill through the smoke, and he got a tag, and he saw 3 crossing at the start of the round. That's like so much of an advantage right at the beginning on the information and damage. So nothing going to happen this time, but we can see a couple of Famouses in play, and a frag from FXO right at the start. So that's going to put flip things on its head a little bit compared to last round, but we'll see if GPlay can turn this into a pick somehow. 2 players still around middle there for Epsilon, as one has to back away towards the B area. And we do have Cat under control for GPlay finally. So all their options are open now. It's all about finding a pick, and FXO is going to be able to drop Bubble before he can do just that. So this is one of those spots where you're like, well, we lost 2 players. We need to take a big risk now. We've got to find a way to open up the map. They're going to be taking an opportunity through the double doors into middle. Counter flashes come in, completely shut down. Epsilon looking fantastic right now.
Have given GPlay the bomb site, however. Both of the players on the bomb site. GMX are going to get tapped down by NKL, who's going to take a passive position and get orped by FXO in a site. NKL just trying to fake, but he's up against 4 players there. Trying to go for the hero clutch, but it wasn't to be, just too many Frenchmen.
It's like a conga line of CTs in front of the door. Just
indeed.
That was pretty awesome. So 17-18, Epsilon ahead a single round. This is, I could very well see more overtimes here. They look so close, these 2 teams. And again, if you are joining us just now, this is match point for GPlay. They won the first map. Epsilon are fighting to stay in this best of 3 and push it to cash, I believe is the deciding map. So
interestingly, Bubble goes long pretty much every single round. Doesn't really go for the engagement in mid. Speaking of mid, they've got absolutely nobody here. And I do wonder how long FXO is going to spend looking for someone in that area. Not long, it seems, judging by those smokes, as he's throwing some nades over to the short area. And in fact, they're just going to walk straight through mid.
I like this. This is a really nice mix-up here from them, but looks like more than ready for this. Going to spot it and nade it in time. Insane defense here from GPlay. they've taken almost no damage, and Biggie's now alone with the bomb. Gonna toss over the flash and throw in all his hopes in with that flash through the double doors and see what extra damage he can do. But it is going to be another round there for GPlay, as they have an impeccable defense on these mid crossfires.
That's pretty insane because they completely left mid at the beginning of the round, and then as the push came in, they had a crossfire set up from CT spawn and B slope. So very good positioning there by the Bulgarian side. 18-18. Again, if one of these teams can reach 21 rounds, then they will be the victor. And if not, we will see a second overtime.
So 2 players here for GPlay very close to long. This is unusual from the recent rounds that they've played, that they would have 2 here. Perhaps they want to show Viktor. He wants to show himself and then fall back to leave NKL in that position and not be spotted or expected. But NKL going to push through into Longhouse, gets taken down as he has indeed been completely left open. Viktor will get the return frag onto Long and keep it under control for GPlay. But Cat, in the meantime, is being taken up by Epsilon. The bomb is still down in middle, so they can still decide to go and double back for a B play. It's still very possible.
It's interesting positioning from the CTs on the A site. So you've got Goose just not showing, so he can pop out when needed. See
the cat drop
being played from the car position.
spyleadeR now in a very key position, peeks just at the right moment. They know he's there now though, and he has to reload. Goes down to FXio, and in comes the push, rapidly moving onto that B bomb site. Now as it's a 2-on-3 bubble, cutting down Uzzziii behind the smoke, barely connecting the shot, as the bomb is going to be planted now safely in that B bomb site. But this is going to be hard to hold for Epsilon.
Okay, bomb is about to go down, and there it is. So it's 3 versus 2. Let's have a look at how Epsilon will hold here. They've got 3 places to hold and only 2 people to do it. Fexio going to be going for the AWP shot. Gets it as well. There's a second frag. Can he get the third one? Just misses the first shot. Coming up personal, but Fexio going to clutch it for his team. Put him in a 1-round advantage as they approach that magical 21st round. Epsilon, skin of their teeth.
That's the man you want in those spots, FXO with an AWP. That is what you want for Epsilon. It's like best case. If you want a guy to clutch it for you, he's your man.
Could have hit anyone there.
So yeah, he's starting to frag a lot more now. Either way,
well, Bubble's in a much more aggressive position on long. Previously, he's been flashing in for his team, but this time he is directly looking down the barrel of the gun, trying to find an engagement there. But with some smokes and nades, he is going to back off, as Viktor is going to be just holding an anti-flash angle as GMX starts to loiter in the area. You can see there's a strong presence once again from the crossfire setup in CT spawn and A slope. They're going to just go backwards and forwards and try and find out what the Terrors are doing.
They want this safe split, it seems.
Fexio. It's going to get shot in the face by Viktor before he can even fire a shot. That's going to cause the push to come in. You can see the Molotovs and flashes going down, and he's got the right angle to slow down this push from the T's. Scream has taken down spyleadeR. He is pushing short now, so if they can take long, they could pincer this movement. But NKL is in a strong position to take down Stream. And only Uzzziii remains.
This is such a strong map here. Strong defense here for GPlay. I mean, the fact that FXO went down in a 1-on-1 like that against the M4, that shouldn't happen. That should be a peak, which completely just shuts down. I think it was spyleadeR, I think it was. Or no, it was Viktor, sorry. That should have shut down Viktor. But then after that, he knew exactly what was going on, played it perfectly. So, yeah, that's quite a shutdown right there. So we'll have to see if Epsilon can recover from this. But both teams are showing extreme swings of individual skill and excellent displays of CS here to make this go round for round. We might just be into the second overtime very soon here. I'm sorry if you guys who wanted to watch that. It's never going to happen. Going to have like 10 overtimes here between these guys. But here it is, looking for the entries onto middle. GPlay have held this down so well in the past, but the smoke is there. So instantly taking down spyleadeR. Frag for frag here until we're left in a 3-on-2. And the bomb is looking to get planted here on B again. It's going to be very difficult. Bubble going to swap out for the AK, keep himself as dynamic as possible here. Smoke's going down. And there's a Molotov left on GMX. Still more nades here to be thrown by Epsilon.
Those counter mollies right there.
Well, Viktor found an opening, but it's not going to be enough. And Epsilon move now onto match point. But can GPlay do it? Can they extend this another 10 rounds?
This is the round Epsilon needs. This is the round they need. I don't know how much their hearts can take going into another overtime, bearing in mind that if they lose this map, they are out of the FACEIT League.
The blat there for spyleadeR. Got the Scar 20.
Bringing out the big guns quite literally. It's gone to Walmart and slapped down a wad of cash.
So far, again, Epsilon looking for these picks. Not too present on Cat at the moment. And we have not seen a lot of Cat pushes coming in from them. A lot more B splits and A splits, generally speaking, with more presence on long or middle. Either way, they do have a man Scream who is looking at Cat at the moment. Will he go for some angle clearing here, deeper into the side? Doesn't have any support, and spyleadeR is going to be working that auto sniper in for a frag. So this is looking pretty good now. Man up on GPlay. Scream, can he make a difference this? They need an individual performance. Someone's got to step up right now here for Epsilon so they can secure this. Get it in the bag. In goes Biggie. He might just be the man. Takes down Dreamer on the bomb site. Bomb still needs to go down though. Biggie can't make the second frag. NKL going to take him out. And that's a 2-on-3 in favor of GPlay as they come in here for this retake. Bomb going down. NKL could just jump in on the lonesome. There it is, dropping down out of the window. Good position by NKL, gets dispatched by Scream. Another frag from Uzzziii. It's all on Viktor now as he does take down Scream. 1-on-1, the bomb just planted. He's gonna get it. GPlay gonna force the second overtime.
That is absolutely brutal for Epsilon. Uzzziii had the jump on him, but just couldn't get the frag fast enough. Could have played with the bomb as well, but went straight for the frag. And it's another overtime, guys. Oh man, if you're Epsilon, you have to be just thinking, what do we have to do? It's like someone fighting John Cena. He just won't go to stay down for the 3 count. It's always kicking out. And GPlay not out of this one yet. They want to finish this 2-0. Epsilon is just fighting for their lives here. Going to start on the T side this time. GMX rolling with the AWP. I'm not sure if it's a timing pick. Looks like it probably is. Yeah, indeed it is.
3 men on B here for GPlay. I don't think they've done this ever. Bubble AWPing from the back of plateau. Again, something that they haven't shown before.
It's nice that even in the second overtime, you can still change up your CT positions. Absolutely good.
And this is, again, standard timing here. Epsilon finishing with a few players on middle. However, the upper dark push is coming in, and it's a 2-on-1 situation. They do pick off the head of Biggie, and that's really interesting now. They're going to go for the push in middle with a few players as well. It feels like Epsilon are trying to find opportunities all over the place. Got to rely on big individual plays. Flashing over, trying to lock these players. There's 3 players in here. The bomb is going towards A by itself at the moment as GPlay lock down everything. 1 player left against 4 for GPlay. This is looking very bad for the French side at the moment.
It looks like GMX was trying to push them, trying to sell the fake there, but it didn't work at all. And even if it did, if the frags don't go their way on the B bomb site,
I think they never knew that there was like 3 guys on B as well.
Yeah, but if the frag doesn't go their way on the B bomb site, then it's not even a situation where the bomb plant really helps them that much, because it's the first round of MR5. Again, 16k. Look how much money they've got left. So it didn't really go their way at all, Epsilon. But again, as Dan said, I doubt they expected 3 people over to be as well. That extra firepower coming in handy. Let's have a look. Effexio was the AWP from the beginning of the round this time. Nobody looking to engage him in mid. Bubble just holding the angle for shorts. And again, we're going to see the patient play here from the counter-terrors.
So again, it's standing around from Epsilon. One quick thought about the 3 men on B. In a spot like that, it's useless unless you push with it. Unless you know, obviously, it's you're psychic, you know a B push is coming. But then you can encourage a B push by losing a guy, and they think, oh, there's only 1 guy at B. It could be part of the theory there. Either way, GPlay have been very solid on these mid defenses, and Epsilon have not yet decided exactly what they're going for. They are just still holding positions, waiting for the smokes to go away. They need to find out who's where right now, because 2 players on long definitely puts a lot more power on a B push. But do they know that there's 2 people on long at the moment? And they do have a guy pushing up middle as well, as FXO goes for the shot, connects the face with the face of Bubble there, and the flashes are always spot on middle here for GPlay as the push comes in from Epsilon, and it is completely deflected as the bomb is planted on A, thanks to FXO's excellent openings with these AWP shots. Once again, he provides an excellent result, and there it is, gets traded on.
He wasn't expecting the second person on long, but there are 3 players left. 2 will remain at the end of this round with 8 and 37 HP respectively. So Scream has left the building. Hopefully he'll be back soon. GPlay with a 2-round advantage now. People heading through the 30s, heading up to the 40s. You can see Viktor with 38 HP there. Looking good for the Bulgarian team. So again, now it's a case of who can get to 26 first, as opposed to 21.
Yes.
Indeed. So, I mean, Epsilon, again, this is just such a tough game for them. So close. Within 1 frag of winning twice.
6 health as well. I think
all of 6 health.
It's been repeatedly like ridiculous, because every time Epsilon is starting to like gain some traction, boom, something like huge happens from GPlay, and then like the similar thing has been happening for GPlay. Every time traction's gained for them, huge individual play comes out from Epsilon, like these clutches or just like big entries and stuff like that. Like the last round, FXO had a really sick entry, like beautiful entry frags with the AWP, and interestingly, we haven't seen that very much. Some teams do mix in much more kind of like 1 to 2 player kind of pushes on cat, just to see if you can get an entry, because sometimes if you just get that 1 entry, then you can kind of like fall back, or you can just like keep it rolling. And of course in that spot we saw that FXO, once he displaced that 1 player who was sat on car, who got a really good angle on him, that's like the most dangerous position. Now his team can actually push up, and he keeps on taking like really strong angles. So yeah, when you got an AWPer doing that, it's scary, really scary for the CTs. So I would like to see that more, if they have the nades for it, because if you got it supported with nades, it's good too. But that time he just walked up and just shot the guy in the face.
Who do you have taking this?
I don't know, man. It's really hard. Right now, GPlay 22 to the 20 of Epsilon, so they're starting this off well. But like, I can't make a prediction, because they just keep playing completely evenly. Like, there's no way for me to make a prediction.
Who's going to take it, Dan?
I'm trying to rationalize this in some way. Like, trying to think. Okay.
I thoroughly enjoy how much this troubles you.
I know it's so difficult though. I bet the viewers will have the same problem.
So who's going to win?
I'm just gonna. I don't know, James. Leave me alone.
We need an answer, Dan.
I don't know who's gonna win, man. Who do you think is gonna win?
Don't know.
Well, okay,
GPlay are 4 rounds away.
Yeah,
from winning. But Epsilon are only 6 rounds away from winning, and they still have lots of money in the bank. We're talking between 4 to 10,000.
Part of me is like, oh well, they're 2 rounds up, so maybe I should just say them, because I've got no other merit to make an argument other than the fact that they're 2 rounds up. So okay, I'm going to go with that. GPlay are going to win because they're 2 rounds ahead.
But
that's
but they need 4 more rounds.
They do, yes, they do. But Epsilon need more than that. So
well, that's a good theory, Dan. I'm glad I asked you this question.
Took ages to get to that. Like, so
and you gave me literally like the worst answer you could possibly
I know,
give me.
I know.
Wow.
But the thing is that they both look so evenly matched at the moment, and even at this point, we're seeing GPlay has suddenly been like, for some reason, playing 3 on B in some spots. They weren't doing that in the entirety of the first 30 rounds, and then they didn't do that in the first overtime, or they did it maybe towards the end. I think maybe they started doing it, but they only just started mixing this in. So they still have stuff obviously that they're trying out here, and Epsilon, when they switch to the CT side, they're quite explosive as well. You don't know what's going to happen. Like FXO, we saw them pushing cat. They had a two-man cat setup a lot, and this is something that GPlay never really do. Is it something GPlay could exploit? I think they can. I think it is exploitable. It can be exploitable if they start hitting long really hard, but they started to do that as well. They started to take long. Do you remember all the rounds where GPlay like take long, they like leave a guy there, and then you can like sit back and see what happens, see how the CTs react. get info, and then make another play. Like, there's so much back and forth between these two teams. It's really hard to say who is going to come out on top. So, but it's very cool because GPlay are playing really well, and this is another new team. It's just like when we started to see Dat do quite well.
Yeah.
And in some of the rounds and matches we saw from Unuane also looked like a team that started to like put a lot of effort into their game and strong players, clearly like looking at strategy very effectively and executing some good, well rehearsed plays. So we're seeing more and more teams now into the beginning of 2015, which will be an amazing year for Counter-Strike, that are looking like they're going to provide us with great entertainment with the skill that they're displaying. So I'm happy.
Should be a good year indeed. And Scream has just joined the server again, guys. So hopefully we are about to get back into this match. I think his connection just died altogether because he came off the voice server, just came back on the voice server. So hopefully we'll get going with the match again in a few seconds.
I'm curious, James. So what is the thing that stands out to you in this match? What are some standout things? Like, whether it can be like certain plays, it can be the ways that a team is playing.
Standout things for me would be the I was going to say one thing, then I was going to say something else, and then my brain tried to say both of them at the same time, and now I can't say anything. Just slow down. I'm completely tongue-tied. Well, one thing I quite liked was the crossfire setup from the CTs of GPlay. The way they instantly went, because quite often on the CT side we've seen Bubble throwing the flashbang for his teammates on long, and they just desert mid at the beginning of the round, but then they got back in time to have an extremely strong crossfire position.
This is like
so I quite like that as one thing.
That's actually something that's quite easy to copy as well, because like I was talking in this match about timings, and we're gonna see the cat boost, but hold that thought for now, because there's lots of players about to jump down those stairs in the lower dark, and Viktor's gonna spot, I think, a couple of them at least. So, and he's got a player to support him, and there it is. He's gonna come in, spyleadeR from double doors, just creates a distraction, opens up Viktor for another opportunity. He's gonna take it, gets a frag as well. That's 2 men down straight away from GPlay with this awesome team play on middle. And
Epsilon are being ruined on this this second overtime.
Oh, he's in the perfect spot to avoid the flash. This is brutal. FXio now wants to dive through, and he will get the frag. But it's a 2-on-4. A 4-on-1. Now, GMX goes in and flashes and smokes it as well. And he's going to be able to take down Bubble as he makes his way in. And it's going to be the bomb plant as well. He's going to actually... Oh, okay, he's not going to go for it. Thought he was going to commit there, but around for GPlay.
Yeah, now things looking uncomfortable for Epsilon. Look at the money. It's starting to sink. That's what's going to happen when you lose all of the first 3 rounds here in an MR5. Bubble once again with the AWP. FXio also with the AWP. Bubble looking mid this time. Going to just go for a pre-fire there, looking to the other side. And FXio going to switch things up, going to the suicide area.
Maybe feeling more confidence, perhaps. Because the middle peak is dangerous. When you know FXio is alive with the AWP, perhaps that's something like, well, I just don't want to risk dying there. That's very legit reason not to do it, I think. The respect of FXio, perhaps.
GMX is the man to hold the long area. Hasn't been winning all of the duels through the crack of those doors. You can see spyleadeR just trying to find him there. And it's going to be Bubble playing the short area with the AWP. We've seen him being strong so far. GMX, is he going to see him in the smoke? Oh, his periphery. Oh, he's just snapped to his face immediately. But his teammates got to know that he's tagged there. GMX just escaping the long doors just in time. Fakes it though, but doesn't find the frag in time. Viktor running out wide. In the meantime, we've got madness going on towards the A site. In fact, it is in control of Epsilon, but Long is in control of the CTs, and that's going to be all important on this retake. Got somebody on elevator as well as a short push. Elevator goes down. That's going to be NKL. Got a Molotov going into the short area to slow down the CTs, as Uzzziii may get picked if he looks over at the wrong time. He'll get picked anyway. So Dreamer going to run through the end of that smoke. Not going to see Biggie, who's splashed and just underneath him. Gets the frag anyway, and that is a colossal failure for Epsilon. GPlay make it 24-20.
They are looking like they're going to take this. They're not looking like they're going to slow down anytime soon. And Epsilon finding problems. GPlay throwing in extra bits and pieces that Epsilon haven't seen, like that mid push that we saw with spyleadeR sitting on the double doors and waiting for his teammate to actually, I think it was Viktor, to push Cat, and then playing the perfect team play, basic team play, but perfectly, very effective. And this is giving them the edge that they need. And now Epsilon need to find something deep within themselves to bring this back now, because it's looking the worst it's looked for a very, very long time. And GPlay looking for these shots here on the defense. Bubble's going to find one. FXO challenging on Cat. And once again, standard timing on the Cat push from Epsilon as they try to take control. It's going to be an AWP held by Uzzziii now, who might try to make an entry here for his team onto the A site.
It's interesting. GPlay just kind of playing completely out of character now in the late stages of this second overtime. And they're completely throwing Epsilon off. It's working a treat. This aggression.
Look at that angle, by the way.
This aggression is just completely killing the push from Epsilon.
So good.
And you can see Uzzziii trying to find the frag there on Bubble, but with FACEIT down, they're not going to connect with that Dreamer. In a sneaky position, you can see his gun was slightly aimed into the wall because if he was aimed all the way out, his silencer would be exposed. So again, there's just just changing things up at a time where Epsilon can't afford to be killed by gimmicks.
Yeah, and Bubble AWPing from that spot, even though it's a fairly common spot to AWP from, I don't know if I don't recall him really doing that.
He hasn't been anywhere near there in any other round.
He's usually just been sitting on crossover on long, like you said, with the pop flash ready for teammates on long and stuff. So yeah, Bubble's been changing up a lot and really taking strong, like really good angles as well with the AWP. And look at that. Just a flurry of flashes going over the top there, and the smokes to try to get the CTs in position, and Biggie is just going to charge on, get the frag onto spyleadeR, who try to drop himself immediately onto long pit. So
Epsilon are all in every single round. Let's just make that clear. GPlay won every single round in the first half of this second overtime. If Epsilon lose a single round, this game is over.
So Epsilon have a man advantage here. They're giving up middle completely, and this is going to mean that the B players have to commit to a really solid defense here. They're not pushing dark. They're staying on the site. They've got to make the frags, at least 2 or 3, but nothing. Just 1 frag coming in, and that's a 3-player situation on this site for GPlay, as a very fast FXO is running up upper dark with that AWP. Can this round be saved by Epsilon? They're locked down at the moment by smokes. Got to wait for those to go away before they can coordinate their efforts in. They do have FXO still trying to snipe his way in from upper dark, but 2 quick frags coming in from Viktor. Could all be over here, and there it is. GPlay are going to take it. They're going to win that best of 3. They're going to go forwards in the FACEIT League qualifiers. They are going to face Na'Vi next in the bracket, and if they're playing like this, they might just give Na'Vi a really solid run for their money.
Yeah, that's going to be a huge wild card for Na'Vi. Obviously, Na'Vi, a team that's probably not familiar with playing with the likes of GPlay. They're used to playing the top-tier teams that we all know and watch in Europe.
Bulgaria!
So, yeah, so it's going to be a huge question mark there.
Awesome.
And the fact that they play so like Na'Vi in the way that they're so patient and slow on the T round. I mean, we could be in for the longest games of our entire lives, but that aside, I think it's also going to be very exciting for people to watch.
That was an excellent game. There's like one quick bit of theory that I want to talk about, just very briefly, because I saw it happen a lot in this round, in this match. Sorry, Dust2 is like a really good one for this as well, because so sometimes like when you don't know what's happening, like let's say your CTs, right, and you don't have any information, you don't know what's happening necessarily. There are certain things that, like, if you know Counter-Strike well enough, that can give you a bit of info, you can like good solid guesses. And so usually, Dust2 is played how Epsilon were playing it, where they'll send the one guy to long, one guy kind of like top mid area to stop any cat pushes or anything like that, anything crazy, to just have a idea what's happening on mid, and then 3 players down into upper dark kind of area, leave 1 guy in case the CTs want to push, and just keep upper dark area, and then 2 go down to middle. And then you have the situation where like 2 to 3 players around like 120 on the clock, assuming we're not on the matchmaking timer, okay, assuming that we're on the regular timer, around like 120, like 3 to 4 players will start taking a catwalk, because that's the next progression of map control for the Ts, that they slowly build in. The smokes will be there in the middle, and they take catwalk. So usually, like, even if you don't see anything as CTs, if you're playing a team that actually knows what they're doing, then you can very much the time, if you watch demos, you'll see that this progression will happen, and these timings are quite similar. And that's sometimes where you see these players throw nades. They haven't had any information. They'll just throw a nade, and it will like connect with some players. Or for example, the double boost over the smokes in middle. You'll see, as you said, like 3 players on long at the start for the CT defense. Then they'll pull back to watch cat, and then sometimes they'll put 1 guy down middle around that timing, because middle's not an issue until that kind of timing. So then they have the crossfire in middle, which GPlay did very often. So you can see that they have a very good understanding of the theoretical parts of the game and how the timings of the T's gameplay works out. So I'm just throwing that out there because I don't usually talk about it, but But there you go. All right, what do we have next? We got that. We're on the clock right now.
We do. We are about 25 minutes behind schedule, so we'll
right.
try and get you the next match very quickly. But quick note, if you are tired of the very, very long matchmaking clock, play on FACEIT. 128 tick pugs, absolutely free. Can win yourself knives and other things as well.
Oh, even better, if you are a matchmaking player, try to make a concerted effort to band together some people to play with regularly and just make a clan, make a team. Make a team this is like real Counter-Strike. Like everything changes if you're like a team that plays together all the time. You don't have to know much. You can. It's like a great project. Like it's so fun. Just like build a team and start playing with the regular rule sets, like on FACEIT and stuff and so on and so forth.
Yeah, it makes the game a lot more exciting.
It really does. So, all right, guys, we'll take a quick break whilst we set the match up, and we'll see you right after this.